So in this video, I am going to show you guys a content hack. I know the challenge is creating the content and the questions come up. What content do I put on what platforms? Do I have to create new content for all these different platforms? And there are so many. I don't want to spend all my time creating content on a daily basis. Is there an easier way? And the answer is yes. So here's how the whole thing works. If you just want to create one piece of content per week, you can actually create multiple pieces of content out of that one long piece of content and distribute it amongst many social media channels every single day. That way, you're not recreating content every single day because you've got a job to do. And last thing you want to do is be bogged down doing all sorts of marketing where you just want to work with buyers and sellers. So here's how the whole thing works. There are 3 different levels. The first level is documenting what you're doing. Well, I guess I could say document or create, because you can do vlogs like I do, and you could be out in your community literally just documenting what you're doing, or you could be out with clients, so all you're doing is documenting what you're doing. Or you can create, meaning if you go interview a local mom and pop shop, you're documenting your interview, but you're essentially creating content. But the point I'm trying to make is it's long format. Let's say it's a 30-minute conversation you're recording with somebody or documenting. This essentially is called your pillar content. Yes, I've got the messiest handwriting in the world. So then what you're going to do is repurpose that content. You're going to repurpose this into micro content. And then the last stage is to distribute that content. Okay, so those are kind of the 3 levels. You create one long form piece of content, whether you're documenting your day out in the field or you're creating content, for example, interviewing a local business. You're going to then take that content and repurpose it. So you're going to chop it up into different pieces. And then the last stage is you're going to distribute those pieces amongst different social media platforms. So that's how it works. Let me erase this and visually show you. Okay, so this is the long form content. And let's say it's either video or audio. I'm all about video, so I would prefer video. It just works better. And let's say this piece of content is 30 minutes long. Okay, so now we've got a video that is 30 minutes long. Now we look at different social media platforms. We've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, iTunes, LinkedIn, Snapchat. You can have your website. Heck, we've even got email. And we've got other websites. Other W, it means other websites. So then you take this long form piece of content and you publish it on all these websites or social media platforms. Long form. Again, I don't have the nicest writing, but you get the gist. Then what you're going to do is take a look at your original content. So you're taking the 30 minutes, you're uploading it natively to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, one long video, and so on and so on. And that is the entire 30 minutes. So then you're going to take the 30 minutes and you're going to now dissect it. You're going to divide it up. You're going to go through it and say, okay, what are the highlights that people would love to see? And so, for example, you take this 30-minute long video and you take 1 minute here, you take 3 minutes here, you can take 30 seconds here, you can take 1 minute here, and let's say another 1 minute there. So now you've got 5 additional pieces of content, but they're micro, like they're small snippets of your content. Then you go back to your social media platforms and other websites, and then you take those and you upload them again. So for Facebook, for example, let me just write this down, micro. You're taking the 5 different slivers of that content and you're posting them again on Facebook. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing. Now with YouTube, it may be tougher because maybe you may not want to have 1 minute video or 2 minute videos, but it may make sense if the 5 pieces of content are, for example, 5 completely different topics, you can actually then create 5 different videos. It may make sense for you to look at that and say, well, I can create 2 videos, but not 5. Then that's fine. You can create 2 videos on YouTube. You can then take the 5 pieces of content on Twitter. You've got 5 tweets right there. iTunes. Now for iTunes, I'm talking about podcast, for example. You're going to have the long form audio version, but the question is, could you create 2 podcasts out of that? Now, if you're interviewing a local mom and pop shop, maybe you don't want to have episode 1 or episode 2, but if it's really long, you may want to. That is up to you. If you're going about your day and documenting, but you're doing different things, you may want to split that up into 2 or 3 podcasts or 1. That's your judgment call. So iTunes, let's just call it 1. You're saying, you know what? I don't want to create 2 pieces of content. I'm just going to leave it 1. That's fine. LinkedIn, you could do the same thing. Let's say you create 2 pieces of content. You put it on LinkedIn. Snapchat, same thing. Website. Of course, you've got the 1 piece of content here on the website. But if you choose to create, let's say, 2 additional videos out of that, well, then you can create 2 additional blog posts out of that. So let's say that's 2 pieces of content you create. Email, same thing. You can send an email to your database with little snippets. So it could be 1 email, or it could be even an additional 3 emails out of that. So again, we're repurposing the content, because when you put up the entire 30-minute video on your website or YouTube, chances are small that everybody's going to watch the entire, whether it's 15 minutes or an hour and a half interview or podcast. That's why you have to break it up, because not everybody's going to jump onto your Facebook page and watch the entire video because they don't have the time, but they will have 2 minutes to watch a snippet of it. So you're getting their attention on a daily basis with smaller pieces of content. And if they like those smaller pieces, they may then choose to go back and watch the entire video. That's how it works. And other websites, I can go on Quora and stuff like that, and you can create blog posts out of your original content. So I hope you can see how this content hack can work, where you don't have to worry about creating daily content. Have 1 good quality piece of long form content, preferably video, and then every single day on multiple social media platforms, you can repurpose that content, driving all the traffic and eyeballs and attention back to your business. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. I don't know why I'm doing this. Subscribe would be like subscribe, hit the bell button, and we'll chat tomorrow. Take care.